First off, on Holy Week, we're going to discuss the change in time. That's all we're going to discuss in this particular video. And I have the Missale Romanum, pre-55, in choir, say the office of Nome. I'm translating the Latin. I notice this is for Good Friday. Notice the same for Holy Saturday. And there is not apparently one here for Holy Thursday that I noticed. It might be in the breviary. In any case, the Mass was originally, Mass pre-sanctified on Good Friday, was originally celebrated after Nome. Nome is from the 9th hour, or 3 p.m., when it's celebrated in monasteries. It's moved forward eventually to noon, which is where we get the word noon. Okay, so originally, these Masses were celebrated in the afternoon. And those who received communion fasted from midnight. But we're talking about 7, 8, 9 centuries ago when St. Thomas Aquinas would ask the question if 3 in the afternoon is the proper time for the faster's meal, singular. Okay, now, all of these ceremonies move forward till they are now celebrated in the early morning before the 55 revision. Now, with the permission for relaxed communion fast, that is from reducing from fast from midnight to 3-hour fast for an afternoon Mass, in the early 50s, the bishops petitioned permission to take advantage of this so that the people could assist at Mass on these days. And that's the important point I want to get to here. Because if you read Pius XII's decree, which I did many years ago, this is one of the main points he brings out. 5 times when I was with the traditionalists way back, late 70s, early 80s, I assisted at the 55 revision Holy Week, and once at the pre-55 when I was in Armada, Michigan, under then Father Sanborn, was the rector there. Okay. I'll go first to Armada, Michigan, when we celebrate the ceremonies in the very early morning. If we had a dozen people at any of these Masses, I'd been surprised. There might have been a few more at the Holy Thursday. I think there were. But it was very few people. Now this place, I think, seats 500. And on Sunday, it would be full. Okay? Now, at the pre-55s, they all are packed churches, or wherever we were at. Almost everybody in the community came to Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and Holy Saturday on the post-55. So the change in time, that's all I'm discussing here. Now, my own personal opinion, which is the basis of the questions that came in, is not what do I think of the revisions themselves, but what do I think the Church should do moving forward. And I believe this should be addressed in a mature manner. And at the moment, I think the question should be left open because we're going to have to address everything that's happened in the last about century. Okay? Clear back, let's say, we could draw a line about a century ago to the 1917 Code of Canon Law. All right? Because there were modernist influences, and we will see some here in a little bit. So, as for the time, I think the transfer of the ceremonies from morning to evening in parishes is a good idea based upon pastoral needs. Now, monasteries, convents, seminaries may wish to retain the current order of times because that's more appropriate for their venue, if you will. And so, if asked, I would say to pastors and bishops that they can adjust the times as they deem fit so that the faithful might be more able to assist. Okay, another thing I would like to bring up here is when these ceremonies first drifted to the morning, the Sacred Triduum, that's Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and Holy Saturday, were all called minor holy days of obligation. This required the assistance at Mass, or in the case of Good Friday, the Mass of the pre-sanctified. Okay, although work would be permitted. And so in the next couple of videos, we're going to discuss, should the ceremonies themselves be reformed? Okay? Because moving them from one time to another is different from changing them. Was there a need to change them? And so, as for time, I think this is one that either myself, after we get a restoration and establishing parishes in the diocese again, or my successor will have to deal with this issue. Who knows? We may have a reformed world where the church is again in prominence, and these are minor holy days of obligation. People are free to make it at any time. So this, I think, should be left to the future. For now, I think it should be based upon pastoral concerns, and that's what I myself do. Depending on our own pastoral needs, that's when we have the ceremonies here in the Vatican Exile. God bless you all.